Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Behind the Counter. I'm your host, Rich Stambolian, and with me, as always, is the winner of the Oscar for Best Animated Short Feature, Jonathan Adler.
My girlfriend says it's not so short. A feature is just right.
Is it a full-length feature?
It's a full-length feature.
So what's up, everybody out there, everybody in the chat room and watching at home on your TV? How you doing? And how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm full of donuts and sugar.
Me too.
Very nice. Thanks for bringing the donuts, by the way.
No problem, man.
Good stuff.
I was going to keep them in the car and eat them all before I came in.
You know what? It's sad. I could probably polish off that box of donuts.
Oh, hell yeah. They look empty. Yeah. It's like a little bit of dough.
Oh, but
they're not. Full lot calories.
Full
lot calories.
They'll make you feel like garbage the next day. I had Burger King 2 weeks ago, and I immediately regretted it.
Oh, yeah. I think I did the same thing where I think I got McDonald's and it just went, yeah, after I came in from your house.
Yeah.
I just like immediately shit everything out. My body rejected it completely.
Yeah, it sucks. So we got a lot to talk about today about comic books.
Do we?
The Oscars, Matthew McConaughey, Dallas Buyers Club.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Hey, comic book.
All right.
A lot of news.
Not really. I mean, we missed out last week because I had the plague.
Just make it up. Just make it up like Rich Johnson.
Harold Ramis died.
Yeah, it was
last week news.
Last week. Oh, that's right. We didn't do a show last week.
We're getting a new Avengers trailer in a month. It's going to premiere probably on the season finale of S.H.I.E.L.D.
The stills of Ultron look awesome.
You saw stills of Ultron?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
It's on the line, man.
Crazy.
You got to look it up on the internet.
I'll Google this when I have a moment to breathe.
Is that how you usually compute?
This way?
Yeah.
No, I can't. If it's this way, I can't see it with behind. The mic blocks it, so okay. I can look. I just can look straight down and just compute this way.
We gotta get you a desk.
This way, it'd be amazing, or just a board that goes across here. Give me a wooden board.
Can you give him like one of those breakfast in bed tables?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, maybe I'll get you one.
Or one that straps to my shoulders and just hangs around my neck.
Can you like this? Can you actually just like get him a school desk with just the arm?
Yeah,
that's fine.
I can figure something out.
Or I want one of those like things that descend from the top, the ceiling, where it just like a laptop just drops in front of me.
You're asking for too much.
It's like Brazil. It's like not the country.
The movie.
The movie.
The movie.
The movie.
So hit me up with the news, John Adler.
I started already. Avengers next month on ABC. Unfortunately, Azzarello's run on Wonder Woman is coming to an end. So that's another book we don't have to buy anymore. David Finch is coming on.
One book I bought from DC this week.
That one?
Actually, three books I bought.
Forever Evil.
Forever Evil, Green Lantern.
And it stopped it.
And Green Arrow.
I'm backed up on it. I'm still getting Green Arrow. But I dropped the other one, Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be David Finch. You're going from the exact opposite. Because what I understand is that they want to keep in line as awesome and as highly respected as Wonder Woman is right now, which is a rare thing for it to happen. Mm-hmm. They want more stuff with like her, daunting after Superman and doing the stuff that she does in Justice League, that type of stuff.
Yeah, which
is like the least interesting stuff.
It's very mediocre. The stuff apart from her book is very mediocre. Whatever. I mean, you can argue that you can argue till the cows come home about the state of DC Comics, which kind of sucks. And
you want to do it right now?
I don't, because we do it every week.
But it's really sucky.
And it's like we're throwing our words into a well that nobody's at the bottom of.
Yeah. Yeah, just the end of Dio saying, more Phantom Stranger.
DC's not going to be the DC that we knew unless you get rid of the heavy corporate influence.
But what's weird is that I feel DC has been so in line with Warner Brothers. Like it's always been a Warner Brothers entity as long as I've been reading.
Yeah.
And Marvel went the same way with Disney, and they didn't lose a beat. Like I think if anything, when they got picked up by Disney, Joe Quesada, took a walk, and whatever weaknesses he was bringing to the table, like there was no more like crappy Spider-Man books. He bounced out. Axel Alonso came in. Now we have like the creative state that we have now, and they're supposed to be very, very corporate. Why doesn't? I think that the Dio got super corporate. It's always been super corporate, but I think of like during the 52 stuff, just to ensure that he gets a job. He's like, I'm your guy.
I play ball.
Yeah, I play ball. You want some Rob Liefeld? Yeah, Rob Liefeld.
I really did enjoy Forever Evil #6 though.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Because I didn't see him being reverse Shazam coming.
Well, I think it's one of his powers because it looks like he's like a power thief.
Okay.
Because he's like, oh, he was when he got turned into Shazam, Alexander Luthor. He said like, oh, I'm just gonna add your powers to my own. So I think he's like a weird mimic type of character.
Yeah,
where he's sucking in powers.
You don't think he is the reverse, just like the reverse Shazam?
I think it's one of many.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because the whole thing with him was
cover his mouth up.
Yeah. You know, but if you had another power set, you wouldn't have to cover his mouth up.
Yeah, but that was my my least favorite part of the book.
What was your favorite part?
Captain Cold and Johnny Quick.
Oh, him kicking his frozen leg off?
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The Black Manta stuff was really good.
It's brutal, man.
Yeah, I've always liked the really old school, like not the old school, but like the last few iterations of Black Manta where he was like the dude that goes way too far. Like he was like a ruthless son of a bitch. What was it? Who was writing it when they did the stuff with him? Like it was before Johns came on. Maybe it was during the Sub Diego stuff where they did some really ruthless crap with him, where he was like a straight up bad sucker.
Yeah, he was a bad dude. I honestly cannot tell you. I know
Will Pfeiffer.
Yeah,
I think it was Will Pfeiffer who did all that stuff. And even the other one, when he was like a kid with Down syndrome.
Yes.
And there's like a really they've done a good job of making a guy with a really weird looking costume into like something that's creepy. And the idea of him being sealed into, like, there's no, like, they went down to the subatomic level, and there's no way of getting into his suit.
Yeah, and he's just
a weird
guy.
A
dude who doesn't have any water-based powers, who can just go as deep as anybody.
Yeah. Goes deep.
Plus, we get to see him every year at Comic-Con, because there's that one dude who walks around in an awesome Black Manta costume.
Yeah. It's very striking.
With the voice box, too.
Yeah. What does he sound like? What do you picture Black Manta sound like? Like, on the cartoon?
How does he sound on the cartoon?
He's got that really deep bellow, like
yeah,
like a mechanical bellow.
Now, I kind of picture him sounding like the dude from the con who just has. He sounds like a stormtrooper.
Oh, like that.
Okay, like real far. Like,
I'm Black Manta.
This is what I sound like.
Okay,
but like a little more menacing.
Yeah,
you know that like the voice box kind of. He sounds like Kane when he had the voice box.
Okay, I got you.
The wrestler,
not the state
not,
of mind.
Not Big Daddy Kane.
Not the state of mind.
No.
It was all right. I mean, I just feel like it's been going on for so long.
It's bi-monthly. It's not bi-monthly. I'm sorry. Is that the right word for it?
Bi-monthly?
Yeah, bi-monthly means twice a month.
Twice a month. Yeah, it's double.
But this is every 2 months.
Every 2 months. No, bi-monthly. I think is no. You're bi-weekly is bi-weekly is. Oh, who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
Regardless, it comes out pretty much every other month. And it takes forever. That's 14 months of this thing.
And it's not over yet, because after this, you're getting After Forever, which is
that's right.
Which not only is an awesome Black Sabbath song, but it's going to be the villains are still fighting for the fate of the DC universe.
I am kind of looking forward to some of the stuff that does fall out of this stuff, like the weekly books, and
I'm looking forward to Batman Eternal.
I'm looking forward to Batman Eternal. I'm looking forward to the different Justice League, like the Lex Luthor led team with Captain Cold and some of that Justice United stuff. It's probably still gonna be very mediocre.
You know, like I feel like out of a lot of the mediocre stuff that DC's putting in, I do kind of look forward to Forever Evil, because it seems like the seeds are planted for something kind of cool, and they hinted on
with the red thing, the red energy.
Yeah. And they hinted at Bizarro getting smarter.
Did they? I missed that.
Which is like he's kind of like picking stuff up and talking more.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You know, and like Luthor getting in Batman's face is kind of cool.
Yeah,
I like that. Batman's kind of written a little like
a douchebag.
Yeah,
I never particularly liked the way that Johns handled Batman.
I'll agree with that.
Because he puts him as the guy who thinks he knows it all, but usually there's someone smarter in the room than him.
Yeah.
I think if you're a writer, you should always respect Batman, and you should always make him the smartest guy. I hope Nightwing dies. I don't know why, but I want to be delivered a dead white Nightwing at this point.
I think it's his time.
I think if anything, he's not going to die. He's going to go to the other dimension.
Okay.
And he's going to be the Batman of Earth 3.
Well, that's what happens when any of us die. We go to the other dimension.
Yeah. Crossover.
Okay. I'll see that. You can do anything you want in comics. He'll show up. You know, it'll be the epilogue of Forever Evil with a dead. I feel like they're not going to kill him.
Well, what's interesting, if they do end up killing him off, it is we've had the death in the family stuff happening. You know, we still had the fallout where Damien died. if we have Nightwing die in this thing, it's like we are legitimately getting like the aftershocks of the fact that he's pushed all these people away and now they're all dying around him.
Yeah.
Which would be cool. Kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, we're going to deal a lot more of that in Batman Eternal.
I hope so.
I think. Which I actually did pique my interest for a weekly book.
Mm-hmm.
So apart from that, I don't know, man. I dropped Superman. I dropped a lot of
I
titles.
dropped Superman.
I dropped Action.
I dropped Action.
I think.
All I read is Wonder Woman, Forever Evil, Batman books.
Yeah. I don't even read all the Batman books.
I stopped reading a lot of them too.
Main Batman. It's whatever.
I feel like
comics aren't written for us anymore, bro.
I feel like last year I was getting burned out on Batman because they kept on throwing like one villain at you. Yeah. And for a long time it was Clayface. This year is definitely Scarecrow. I've read more Scarecrow stories than I've ever read. More than I should read.
Too much.
Too much.
Too much tuna.
Too much tuna. You're an idiot. What else I got? Adam Driver of Girls fame is going to be the main bad guy in Star Wars.
Yeah, no thanks.
I like it, man. That guy is fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
I'm sure he's great, but I can't stand that show. And just for like every right and wrong reason.
Doesn't matter. I think it's going to be great. I think I hope they don't do like another Vader type of dude.
Yeah.
Hope they do something a little more interesting.
A little more personality.
Yeah. Like have I don't know, have him as the evil twin of
Thrawn.
Yeah. No, they're not gonna do any of that stuff.
Nah.
Well, that stuff is all being wiped out.
Is it?
Yeah. Everything that's been extended universe is no longer canon.
No way. I didn't even hear about that.
Everything that was one of the first things that they said is like once they acquired all the stuff that they're not making any of that stuff canon because it interferes with what they want to do. They want to continue the tradition of like the 3 trilogies and then whatever they make is being I know.
That's horseshit.
But listen, they have the right to do that.
Yeah.
They definitely have the right to do it.
It's ridiculous because there's
a lot of garbage in that stuff.
I understand that, but there's also a lot of fandom in that stuff. Or that's fervent fandom right there. Where if you're a Star Wars fan, like a hardcore Star Wars fan, you read all that stuff and you've invested time in it.
But listen, this is the first you're hearing of it.
Yeah,
it's not that there's not as much fervor.
That's true.
What's going on? I mean, like I think that people are just so burnt out and kind of expecting the worst with Star Wars. Is that the people who are still interested in Star Wars like heavily are the guys at Comic-Con who dress up like stormtroopers. They're part of the 501st, as they do, or they're just like a Jedi or whatever, or Padme. But I think after this, you're gonna see more people, opening their mouth like, "What do you mean Boba Fett didn't spend a year in the Sarlacc and got out? What do you mean, Mara Jade?"
I don't know, man. It's
the best of it is the Thrawn stuff. Like that stuff is so awesome to kind of set the tone for everything. But there's also a lot of crap.
Yeah, I mean the main points I always thought were awesome. Where you have Luke going bad, you have one of the Han Solo kids. Are you trying to get my attention?
Trying to give you a bagel.
He's just slowly trying to kick me in the dick.
Slowly.
You have the Jedi twins, and you have their other kid becoming like an evil dude,
like Vader.
Chewbacca dying.
I think that's where they're going to be going, though. I think some of that stuff is still going to the children thing is definitely going to play into it. I think this is about the next generation. It has to be about the next generation.
Yeah, it was. I watched. Actually, caught New Hope the other day. It was on TV, and it was a good. I don't know what they used it. It was either. I don't think it was the Blu-ray transfer. I think it was like the special edition, and then I watched the. I'm going somewhere with this, and then I watched the. Before that, it was like the Keanu documentary about
digital
filmmaking, and George Lucas is in it. Great dude did wonders for digital filmmaking. What and like this has been said a million times by a million people, but the fact that there's a story that David Lynch was supposed to direct
Empire.
The prequels.
No, he was supposed to do Empire.
No. It was the prequels, and then he said, George Lucas approached him and said, "Hey, these are your babies. You've waited so long. Why don't you do them?"
And what do you say? No thanks.
Right. And George Lucas was like, "I will direct these 3 movies because they're so. If anything that he's directed has been so inconsistent in the Star Wars universe, where Empire and Jedi are arguably the better stories."
Oh hell yeah!
The first one. It's a very inconsistent movie within the canon of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, well, they didn't plan ahead at all.
Right.
Yeah, it shows with the sister stuff and just the way it's structured. It has nothing. It was basically going to be just that, and that was it.
Would you lose your mind if you get the Star Wars prequel, and at the end of the movie, you just see 6 adamantium claws.
It's always a possibility, man. Or a Dinobot.
Yeah, it's true.
And the Patton Oswalt stuff. I'm kind of excited about all this stuff.
Because you want more, like I love the new Star Trek movies. I want more Star Wars.
I believe they can. See. I think it's now that we're away from Lucas. I feel like there is a strong possibility that you can get good Star Wars. I never understood why we couldn't get good Star Wars. Like there's like guys with laser swords. Like all the cartoons have been amazing.
Right.
Like all that Clone Wars stuff was fantastic. But like we never got any like cool stuff on film aside from those first 3. I think the first 3 are still awesome.
Yeah.
Every once in a while they do show them on TV, which is rare. They are awesome.
They are. Yeah.
And like seeing even the look and the feel of it, which was not anywhere there. Like everything was blocky and like utility vests and like military. It looked cool.
Yeah.
But I really hope they keep with that same tone. This guy hates Star Wars.
Do you hate Star Wars?
Disgusted.
He does.
Really, I know. I
hates it.
don't get it. I never have gotten it. My father loves it.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear about this.
You ever heard this?
I've never gotten Star Wars.
Tell him why psychologically you don't like Star Wars.
Oh, because my father would force me, and he would get drunk and watch Star Wars when I was a child.
You'd wake him up in bed and like pull him down. Like, you have to watch the best movies ever made.
You have to watch Star Wars. We would watch Star Wars over and over again. It was like a punishment. He would make me watch Star Wars
because they were awesome, and he couldn't understand why you're an idiot for not
so
liking Star
bad.
Wars.
I've never liked it. Never liked Boba Fett.
Bobo.
Don't like Bobo Brazil either.
But you like Star Trek.
I like Star Trek.
You're writing your own future. You know why?
Why?
Because when you have a kid, you're gonna get drunk one night and it's gonna be on, and you're gonna be like, "I knew what he meant."
Yeah.
And then you're gonna drag your kid.
I am.
It's a cycle. You're gonna drag your
possible.
kid out of bed.
And you know what? Like the new transfers and stuff like that, they look awesome.
They do.
They like
really
on
do.
a big screen.
I watched the last one. The last one wasn't awful.
Like Jedi or
The
episode 3.
6.
Okay.
No, 3. Episode 3.
The prequel with Anakin.
The prequel.
With
Yeah,
like-
the last of the prequels.
that sucks.
It wasn't awful.
That was the best one out
The
of them.
finish was good.
Yeah, but the finish. The the end of the movie was good.
The finish was
No, it's the
great.
finish.
different genre. But they suck. Like comparatively, they just suck. Like you're trying to make the best of a horrible situation with the first 3 movies.
The incestual thing between Leia was weird.
That was for 2 seconds.
Made me uncomfortable.
That was bad writing, though.
Yeah.
bad writing.
Yeah.
Would you
Vince Russo writing.
They didn't know.
would you have liked Star Wars better if they incorporated more wrestling moves?
Chewbacca bothers me.
Get
I
outta
hate
here.
him. I
How do you
hate
hate
him.
Chewbacca?
Shame
Chewbacca
him.
is one of the most likable characters.
There's nothing
in the
likable
world.
about him.
Absolutely wrong.
The robots, Robot 1 and Robot 2, hate them.
Do your brothers like Star Wars?
They hate all
They,
that.
they all
call
go
them-
through the same thing that you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
You called them Robot 1 and Robot 2?
Yeah, Robot 1 and that's what my father would call
Which
them.
one was Robot 1 and Robot 2?
Robot 1's the big guy and Robot 2's the
Yeah,
little guy.
C-3PO, Robot 1, and Robot 2, R2-D2.
Or Gold Robot and Garbage
I
Can
would figure
Robot.
that, kind of R2-D2 looks like a robot that came before C-3PO, so maybe he was
You thinking too much about it.
Robot 1.
No.
He's the prototype. He's the egg.
Stormtroopers hate them.
Yeah.
They're
Don't like
so
them at all.
awesome looking. When I was a kid,
I don't
used-
like that they're in white. I think they should be
they're
black.
So awesome looking. There are black stormtroopers though.
Yeah, but the white ones bother me.
I love the look of the stormtroopers. I love the white of them. I used to make believe, like with my Star Wars figure, that they were the Jedis, like they were the cool looking ones.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I never had enough stormtroopers.
Oh no!
I only had 2.
Yeah, I think I had one, and then I had like a snow trooper that has legs bitten off by my dog.
So he's the one who couldn't escape.
Yeah,
Really
The frog Master Splinter bothers me.
Master Splinter.
Yoda.
Yoda.
Oh.
It's a Master Splinter
The frog.
ripoff.
Just because he lives in a swamp
He came
doesn't make him a
before.
frog.
Hold on, he came way before.
He's still a ripoff. He lives in a. He's all slimy.
Because he was in a swamp, not a sewer.
That's the same thing.
So
Oh,
if
yeah?
somebody showed you the Battle of Hoth, which is the beginning of Empire Strikes Back, you'd
Okay.
be like, "This sucks."
The robots are cool.
Uh-huh.
Like the fighting mech warrior robots.
That's not. There's nothing. It's only what like Battletech.
Yeah. Yeah, like battle.
Japanese robots were really cool, but
Yeah.
Star Wars, no.
The sand guys are weird.
Oh, they're awesome.
Those little bears. The bears.
Oh, Ewoks.
Are
Are
you
The
sure you
Ewoks?
just didn't read all this on Wikipedia?
No, I swear to God, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Lando Calrissian, he's Armenian.
I've seen it so many times. It's.
I love it.
I'm getting like PTSD from just talking about it.
So good.
Yeah, I hated it.
Moving on. You like Star Trek, though, right?
My eye is twitching. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Next Generation. I'm a huge Next Generation fan.
Me too.
Yeah.
What
I didn't
about-
grow up.
Beard guy, bald guy, robot man, boy,
Robot number 3.
boy, pregnant woman in red.
It's good.
Who's pregnant?
Yeah. The one with the curly hair.
At one point, she was pregnant.
Who?
Marina Sirtis.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know any of the characters.
Tina
I know.
Troy.
You know what I do? I just don't know them by
Forehead guy.
I know like
That's Worf.
I know everyone. Everyone in the original series. I know Worf.
You name
I know-
the guys, I'll name the characters.
Data. I know Data.
That's Robot Guy.
I know the Ferengi guy. There's a bartender. Right.
Bartender dude.
Cork.
I know Q.
Uh-huh.
I know Picard.
Right.
I know
Guy with the big ears.
Beverly Crusher. Is that his name? Her name?
Yes.
I know the Crushers.
Mm-hmm. Wesley Crusher.
Because I only know them because they have such weird names. Like I've never heard a character named Crusher,
Uh-huh.
and that wasn't a guy that like
Who looked like,
muscle
who looked like
guy.
Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, muscle guy.
Muscle guy. Night Vision man.
Jordy LaForge.
But you know what? I always knew him, but I never knew him by LaForge. I always feel like it's a weird name for him.
This is his last name.
Oprah Winfrey ripoff.
I think the most I watched.
Guinan?
I think
Yeah.
most stuff I watched was Deep Space Nine.
Okay. This was great, too.
It was
Babylon
darker.
5.
Screw that.
Big ear guy. Ugly guy.
You know, I've yet to watch Babylon 5.
Slime boy.
People live and die by
It's true.
Babylon
Yeah.
5.
And same thing, Babylon 5.
Battlestar Galactica. Too.
Firefly. I love Battlestar, man.
Listen, Battlestar's incredible.
My father loves all that shit, and it's so weird, like that he's really into that sci-fi
Well,
stuff.
it's
Like
a-
he loves Battlestar Galactica
Battlestar is, but the
and
fascinating thing about
Atlantis. He loved Atlantis.
my mom loves Atlantis. The
Wasn't with the
best
dolphin, right? No, that was Sequest.
Sequest.
the,
No,
Atlantis was Stargate stuff.
Okay.
Stargate. Yeah,
Yeah.
he loves that shit.
I love Battlestar, and the weirdest thing is Battlestar is such a pro-Bush, pro-Iraqi war.
It is.
pro-insurgent. It's like such a conservative thing. It's like the military telling the president, like, you're wrong. We gotta execute these guys.
Also, it's anti-sci-fi.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Killing
which
robots.
is like the interesting thing about it, you know.
I love that show. I thought it was so friggin' brutal.
It was extremely one of the best well-made shows of all time.
Last year I caught up on Firefly.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on Firefly, man. There's just stuff, you know what it is like when,
It's short though. You get done with it in a day.
and I hate saying this, is that when the geek hype is too much, that's when I stop.
Yeah.
You know, when it's like, oh, you got it. When it reaches the head exploding derpiness,
Smallville.
yeah, I can't do. Out of the gate, I couldn't do Smallville.
Well, me and you didn't do the Battlestar Galactica for the same reason, where it's like there was such a general interest for like, get over yourself. It's Battlestar Galactica.
Quark is the best character in Star Trek, by the way.
Okay, we're past,
Bartender.
we're past it
I
now.
just want to
we
bring him
talked
up.
about Quark already.
I want to talk about him some more.
We'll come back to Quark.
Okay.
When I remember, because we used to work, for those that don't know, Jonathan and I worked at a comic store together, and we used to get, every Wednesday would be the shipments. And one Wednesday, some rep from the distributor dropped off a ton of Battlestar stuff, including, it was like the first 3 episodes of season 1, but it came with a disc.
It was
preview disc.
It was all of that. It was
Right.
a catch up disc on the first 2 seasons.
Right.
And it showed you like the story of them, and like we had it on loop in the store, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was incredible.
We were like, I had no idea this is what the show was like. They were on a prison planet at this point, and like everyone looked dirty. I'm like, this looks awesome.
And we caught up to it and just watched it episode by episode, which was
Incredible.
insane. That was the best. Some of the best Friday nights watching that show, because you didn't understand like what was going to happen next. And then there was the writer strike, so one season kind of got cut short. And then I think season 4 was the last one, and every week was such a cliffhanger, like leading up to who are the Cylons.
It was a brutal show.
Yeah,
man.
it was really good. Back to Quark.
Quark
Did you guys watch Babylon 5 at all? Or
No.
Nah, I my brother was a big Babylon 5 guy.
I never got it.
And Farscape was people like Babylon 5. He's like Farscape also.
Lex
Yeah.
was another one.
Which one?
Lex.
Lex?
Yeah, it was also on Sci-Fi, I think.
I never heard of this.
You want
one.
me to list you the characters on the Babylon 5?
No, thank you.
Scale Brain. Mohawk Man number 1. Mohawk
Is
Man
that on the
number 2.
Wikipedia right now?
No.
Mohawk Man. And we just started watching. My wife and I started watching Twin Peaks a couple of weeks ago.
Best.
Never watched it before.
I never seen it either.
Because he doesn't watch good shows.
You know what? You'll probably get freaked out. Knowing you'd probably get freaked out, and you'd watch the entire thing in one sitting.
It goes by quick. Cause
What do you mean I don't like good shows?
you don't like good shows.
House of Cards is a phenomenal show. I love it.
Yeah, you're finally coming over to some of this good stuff.
I
but,
watch
like,
good stuff.
You're like coup de grace. Your like feathering your cap was Rescue Me.
Dude, oh God, one show.
And what about the rest of the time? You used to have a Big Brother show.
We do have a Big Brother show.
And you also watch every Shaw and Wife show.
I don't watch the Shaw. I don't watch the Shaw show, but I do watch Housewives.
You watch
Beverly Hills.
You spend as a married man, you spend so much time watching other married people like doing garbage on television.
I love Housewives of Orange County.
So unhealthy.
Have you watched True Detective at all?
I haven't. I did see the trailer someone put for True Detective in
with cats.
What?
With cats?
No. As if it was Law and Order.
Oh yeah.
Someone made a video of that. I thought that was pretty cool.
And that's because you like the Law and Order.
I
stuff,
love Law and Order.
Do you?
Mariska Hargitay. I love her.
Do you watch SVU and like
I love
all
SVU.
those shows?
Yeah.
Interesting. You like Ice-T, right?
Ice-T.
He's on them.
Yeah.
I can't stand Law and Order.
And Munch.
I love Munch. I'm a big Munch fan.
I love how like there's that show's so effed up. Like there's so much like brutal rapes that happen.
That's for you.
Yeah, and then like they always end it with like a weird
I
pun.
hate that show.
They do always end it with a
So
weird
dumb.
pun. They do always end it with a weird pun.
So dumb.
I want Michael Rappaport in every cop movie.
He's on
TV
Justified
show.
now. He's amazing.
I love him. He's great.
He plays a first time he's not playing like a wigger.
Yeah.
He's a like a southern fried gator man.
Can you say that?
He's a gator man. Yeah. Oh, I'm a white guy.
Yeah.
You can say that. Right?
Yeah.
Wigger.
I mean, how else would you describe Michael Rappaport?
A zebra head.
Ninja.
He's a zebra head. He plays a gator man.
Whiteface.
Whiteface. What else? You want to talk about more TV? Vikings started this week. It was awesome.
I'm so behind on that.
Really good show. One of the stuff that it's a bunch of stuff that you watch that I can't stand. This guy.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Address him as the Z-Man.
I honestly think you think I don't watch good TV, but I actually do. My TV is not awful.
I think when I heard you talk about Walking Dead from your Wikipedia articles,
I hate Walking Dead though.
Well, so do I. We both. We haven't talked
the
about
first season was great. I loved it.
No,
it was the first season was good.
No, it wasn't.
I have no idea how. Thank you for bringing it back to the comic book thing.
You're welcome.
I have no idea what happened, but at some point with a lot of people, a lot of people I've talked to also gave up. You know,
I actually watched a lot of it. I watched it till I didn't see the last season. I saw the season before. So I watched the first 2 or 3 seasons.
It got a lot better like in the last few episodes because that's when the new showrunner took over. But I haven't watched a single thing from this season. And like Bobby keeps coming on my ass and like why are you not watching this stuff? Why are you not watching this stuff?
Is it awesome? Is Bobby saying it's incredible?
But he always says it's incredible. He says like it's good. He's not saying like, oh, you have to go out of your way to watch it. I think the first couple were pretty good. But from what I hear, a lot of people are abandoning ship when it comes down to it.
You know what the problem for me was? The fact that they reached the CDC and there was no payoff.
That's always your...
I know, but my problem was the payoff because now, like, as someone that doesn't read the book, I already know what happens. Like, I already understood that, like, there's no cure and whatever. But as a first-time viewer, them reaching the CDC the first season and then be like, well, sorry, guys, you're effed. But no cure.
Well, it's a good...
and you're like, crap, where's the payoff?
If that is the payoff, I think, if anything, that's great because it shows you that this is
too early of a payoff.
This is not a show about trying to find a cure. It's about surviving in this world.
They rushed the finish.
I just think it was a poorly constructed series. I mean, like, the Robert Kirkman episode, like the guy who writes the comic, the first-ish episode that he writes is the one about the Vatos in the abandoned building.
Love it.
And the abuela. It was one of the worst pieces of garbage on television ever.
That was one of my favorite episodes.
You're out of your mind.
It's I love it when this stuff like that happens. It's one of my favorite episodes.
I hate like the LA Shield like Vatos, like the really bad like hermanos, man. You can't mess with my abuela.
That's what I love.
That's my pinchy afro over there, man.
That's what I love.
I hate that.
Have you watched the entirety of Marin season 1?
No.
Best episode.
I can't. I want to kill myself when I watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Love it. Get past the first 2 episodes and you'll be hooked.
I watched the first season, most of the first season. I just can't.
You see the Danny Trejo episode?
No.
Same thing, man.
Oh, I did. I think I did.
Best episode on that season.
Whatever.
Danny Trejo, he's got a new show with George Lopez now.
I saw the commercial for when we were watching Raw. That was.
I'm still devastated that you think I watch awful TV.
Tell me some more. Tell me your favorite television shows.
Trailer Park Boys.
Terrible show.
Always Sunny.
Okay.
Scandal.
No,
it's really good.
You're a woman.
No, it's really
You're
good.
a woman.
It's really good.
You're a woman.
The Good Wife.
You're a woman. You're
Great
a woman.
show.
You're a woman.
No, good writing.
You're a woman.
Good writing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's good writing.
I've watched episodes of it. It's not my bag.
Have you watched Scandal?
Yes, of course I've watched Scandal.
The writing is phenomenal.
It's a PG version of House of Cards.
Dynasty.
with a little bit of spy stuff thrown in for good measure. A little bit of Homeland.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's
Homeland
garbage.
is garbage this season.
It's a garbage show. But that's always been a garbage show.
Yeah.
You watch soap operas?
No.
Do you watch soap
Liar.
operas?
I've watched soap operas before.
I have too. But I don't watch it. Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives, yeah. Because I was dating a girl at the time, and she was like, "Oh, like
Sure.
One Life to Live, All My Children, General Hospital.
no." I just watched Days of Our Lives for the mafia guy, Sonny.
Okay.
He's pretty cool.
Did you like The Sopranos?
I love The Sopranos.
This is fascinating to me. I
Why?
always like hearing what people
I love The
like.
Sopranos.
What TV do people watch?
Shameless, great show.
I hear it's good. I can't say anything.
No,
bad
it's
about
really
it.
good.
I haven't.
It's really good.
I haven't committed to it.
This season's a little weird, but the last 2 seasons have been stellar. Homeland, I haven't watched much this season,
It
but
sucked.
it's good.
It
Is
sucked.
it?
Yeah.
I
I
watched
never-
like a couple episodes and I just fell asleep.
The
I'm
thing with-
tired of Saul and his beard.
I'm okay with that. It's the best part of the show. The thing about Homeland is that, and this goes in general with most Showtime shows, they have a good core idea. There's some good. They pump up some cool stuff, but most of it falls short. I'm thought Dexter is one of the worst shows ever on television. How dare that?
You
go
think ever?
ever? Like that is
Because
one,
the last season was just awful.
it was never good. The
John Lithgow season was
stuff
great.
is always the defending. Everyone says like, "Oh, Lithgow stuff is so good," but it's because you had John Lithgow on
Yeah.
doing really cool stuff. And nothing in that season was really particularly great. They weren't like a great storyline. It was Lithgow was friggin' awesome, really
Yeah.
creepy, and it was really good. But everything, worst supporting cast, worst payoffs, worst cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Any show that has this is arguable. I think any show that has a narration to the point where you're talking about the inner workings of the character is bad writing.
Because they're telling you what they think.
Which is the only exception to that rule is like House of Cards, which does like the Shakespeare thing.
He breaks the fourth wall in the House of Cards.
Well, yeah, you have a running narrative instead of saying like, and plus it's a unreliable narrative. Get away from that.
But
Get away from
it's a running narrative that speaks to you.
Yeah, but the Dexter thing is just poor writing. Like, you have a momentous moment where, let's say he rediscovers like an old thing about his past and he's dealing with it. And he's like, he'll literally say like, I'm dealing with a very hard thing from my past. Am I a good man or am I a bad man?
Yeah.
I have to, follow by the rule
Well, you know what that
of
is?
Hank or whatever.
That shitty writing in the sense of the American population is too stupid to understand what we're trying to tell them, so we have to.
That's not true.
Lay it out for them.
That's not true.
I see it as that's what they're doing.
But I think it's what they're doing, but I don't think it's true in the sense of that the American public is that dumb. Look at Jesus Christ.
Did you kill your dog in protest?
Oh my
no,
God.
he just gets scared.
Because you've had shows that are incredibly smart, like Sopranos didn't have a running narrative. There was a lot of subversive stuff, and you know what? Near the end of it, people got really weirded out by it because they couldn't figure out what the hell the show was telling them.
Right.
But you've had incredible shows. The Wire is one of the greatest shows of all time.
I've never watched it, but everybody says it's
Breaking Bad was an incredible show, and it didn't force feed you a single thing.
Can I pitch a show to you now? I want to moderate a show between you guys called Good TV Bad
Good
TV,
TV, bad TV.
and just have you
We'll
guys
talk about our week of television that we've watched.
I mean, admittedly, I watch some really bad TV.
Okay.
But I know it's bad TV. Like, I watch Grey's Anatomy.
because sometimes
Awful
you want to.
It's awful.
You
I
want
know
to
it's
decompress.
awful.
You want to decompress after
Yeah.
you're done.
It's too
and
much
you
thinking. I don't wanna think.
You want to be like, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's fine. I watched Bates Motel last night.
What is it?
Bates Motel, the first episode, second season.
I gotta catch up on that.
It's actually pretty good. I like it, but it's not. Is it the best TV show in the world? No. Is it something that you can chill out on at 8:00 at night?
Yeah.
When wrestling's not on. Yeah.
Have you seen Banshee?
I love now Banshee
Good show.
is arguably the most satisfying television show on
Yeah.
out right
And
now.
it should be shitty, right?
Well, it's Cinemax.
Yeah.
But it delivers in every single way. You want to see some sex, you got some sex. It's a Cinemax show.
Yeah.
The storylines are really entertaining. The fight scenes are so awesome on that show.
Yeah. Great show.
Yeah.
What's that one on NBC where the guy's like an ex-con now works for the FBI?
I don't watch Blacklist.
Blacklist. Good show.
I don't know.
Good show.
No, thank you.
Why?
Is it
Why?
James Spader?
Yeah.
Makes you uncomfortable.
Makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, but that's this whole
But
thing.
I don't like. I don't. I feel like it's like that. Person of interest. And like that show, like all of
Not
them are
really.
synonymous with each other. The best show on network television right now is Hannibal. Hannibal is an incredibly well thought out,
it's a good
well
show.
delivered, beautiful looking show. And which is a show that I kind of was surprised that they get away with to do on network television. But most of those shows are just like really heavy handed, following the same shit that they do for most of the network programs.
Have you seen Black Orphan?
No,
Orphan?
You make that up?
No. It's
Orphan Black.
Orphan Black. Yeah.
No, but I heard it's very good.
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes. It's really good.
The Fallen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that.
Network track.
Are you gonna see the one Resurrection?
No, I'm not gonna watch that.
You saw that?
Yeah, we read the comic book. It's called Revival.
Yeah.
Is it really the same thing?
It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Did you see Heroes is coming back?
Oh god, that's a terrible show.
Uninterested.
First season, not bad.
No.
Not bad. The first season.
I'll agree with that.
First season was not bad.
No, it's so
when she joins a carny, like that whole carny thing. You know what the problem with that show was?
Everything.
The two characters became way too powerful.
Uh-huh.
The two main guys. So like Peter Petrelli and then Skylar. They became like way too overpowered. So you kind of knew like, okay, there's no defeating these two. Like this is what it is.
This is what it is.
That's it.
I hate that show.
You don't like it. You don't like Mohinder.
I like the first season.
No.
You know what bothers me about that is that Chris Eccleston stopped being Doctor Who so he could be on Heroes.
Ooh, it's a shame.
Yeah, because he was only the Doctor for one season, and then they were like, "We got this American show that's doing real well, buddy. You want to be the invisible guy on it?" Like, yeah.
Yes, I do.
By the way, it's canceled.
Terrible.
Such a bad show.
But
Let's come back.
Most shows on today are really
Well,
awful.
network.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I come for like HBO.
Orange is the New Black.
I love it.
Great show.
I think Netflix, except for one show, has done incredible.
Which
work.
one?
The Eli Roth show. What was it called? Cemetery Grove or something like that.
Not good.
It was awful.
Yeah.
I really tried my best to like.
That's a shame.
It was like it's vampires and werewolf stuff. But it was really poor. They have a new show coming out, I think, in Stars or Showtime called Penny Dreadful, which is like all like the Universal monsters getting together and like creating a team and having sex with each other.
Having a monster mash.
Yeah, they're literally monster mashing.
Veronica Mars movie.
And also,
Are you gonna watch it?
I'll see it. I was invested like you were. I liked it, but
I'm invested. I never saw the first season. Still have not seen it.
I'm sure you can catch that.
it's fascinating.
Yeah.
To me.
I love TV.
And
My TV watching. I'm a 14-year-old girl.
Everybody's TV watching is very fascinating to me because it ultimately turns into judgment and turns into political beliefs, which is really insane.
I do judge people greatly on the fiction they absorb.
Right.
Like quite often recently, I've been talking to people and people say like, you know, what's a good movie I saw? Cloud Atlas. And I immediately judge them and think they're an idiot because it's not a good movie. You probably thought it was supposed to be a good movie, and you fooled yourself into thinking that this 3-hour piece of garbage is a good movie. It's not a good movie.
But what would you do if you met somebody who was as judgy as you when it came to fiction absorption?
I'd have to murder him. I have to wear his face.
If somebody was
I have
like,
to eat him and take his power in.
"Hey, like, what? Name a movie that you like that just came out."
A movie that.
Well, I'll take American Hustle because a lot of people dump on that movie.
Oh, you're talking. Yeah.
Let's take American Hustle, and then let's say somebody was like, "Really, you like that movie? What kind of moron are you?" How would you respond to that?
Why are you being so mean to me? But I wouldn't do that to a stranger. I'd have to know.
Did you like it?
I loved American Hustle.
Did you watch Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I liked that also.
Okay.
But I don't think it was an Oscar.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What was that ballet movie?
Black Swan?
Black Swan. Did you like Black Swan?
Yeah, but I don't think it was the best movie of the year.
Awful.
No,
Awful.
You know,
Hated it.
I really enjoyed it. It was The Wrestler. Think about it.
It was
same type of story.
Same story.
Same
pretty
story.
much,
Yeah. It was a good movie.
Also
Same director.
Yeah.
Dying from a fall and the whole line. And
Talk about Moon Knight.
sorry, goodbye, Andrew.
Bye. Bye.
Was that your book of the week?
My book of the week was Starlight.
That's weird.
Why?
We'll talk about that in a second.
I love. Are you judging me right now?
I am judging you. So you want to talk about Starlight first?
Let's talk about Starlight. Starlight was basically Mark Miller and Goran Parlov's Flash Gordon, Adam Strange character.
John Carter.
And John Carter, which immediately sucked my brain into it. And I'm like, let's see how this goes. Loved it. I like the fact that he was an Air Force, same like Flash Gordon, same thing. He was an Air Force pilot. Got sucked into this world, saved the world.
Well, Flash Gordon was a football star,
right?
Who gets sucked into
all these dudes got sucked into a different planet.
John Carter was a Civil War soldier,
right?
He got sucked in, but he's the OG. He's the original,
right? Adam Strange, same deal. Just got sucked up to a different planet and became the hero of that planet. So but the thing, it's very derivative. Granted, right?
Well, it's how the first John Carter ends with him going leaving the Queen and going back to his regular world.
Well, he didn't leave the Queen purposefully.
No, but like in this, but they're taking that thing where instead of him like not leaving, being pulled back to his world.
Right.
In this one, he decides to go back because he feels guilty. Like, I have a girl there, and it's him, the life that he lived outside of that. He never returned after that.
Which I think is fascinating.
Yeah.
And also that when he came back, he became a crackpot. He became known as a crackpot.
Yeah.
And nobody believed him. And you see, and he's like, it takes place now where he's like an old man. His wife dies of breast cancer. His kids suck. It's very
the stuff with the wife was really touching, and like the stuff with the kids was like really disheartening, and like them not want to do everything to do with them or anything like that.
And then him thinking about his adventures,
and the art was amazing.
Yeah,
Pavlov was really really great with that issue.
And him thinking about his adventures as an old man, and like nobody believed him, and he made his peace with that. And the last page is a ship decloaking in front of his house,
right?
And he's like, "What?"
Right. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, and then I read another review from it about it on Comics Alliance, basically saying how this is, you've definitely seen this story before about the disenfranchised guy who went to another world and aged and everything. I think they did a good job of having a first issue where they drove home the impact of that.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it's definitely a story you've seen over and over again, but it's also like, and I've realized this is the reason why I don't like a lot of Mark Millar stuff now. Everything is built to be a movie franchise. Like it's being packaged, built to be that thing. And it does feel a little hollow. Like I think he's not putting, like Jupiter's Legacy is probably the one exception to the rule right now. Because it's such a kick-ass friggin' book.
Did you like Superior?
Superior was the one with the kid, the Shazam kid.
From Shazam Superman.
Didn't like it.
See, I like that.
I didn't like that. I didn't like
Nemesis.
I hated Nemesis.
Yeah.
Nemesis was like a Frank Miller book.
Nemesis fell a little bit short with me. I like Superior. It got very muddled towards the end.
Too much with that book.
Secret Service was phenomenal.
Secret Service was really great. Yeah. That's gonna be a movie.
Yeah. That'd be a good movie too.
I guess. I don't think it's gonna be a good movie.
No?
I think because I think what part of the reason why Secret Service, the main point of it was terrorists who were stealing pop culture icons and holding the countries hostage. I think that's great in the comic. It was a nice little surprise. They didn't pitch that originally when they pitched the book. But when you get a movie like that and you have, like, say, Samuel Jackson, the guy that gets kidnapped or whatever.
Because he will be.
He is. He's the one who's cast for it. It sucks.
Okay.
It's stupid.
What ultimately do you, but I think that's a hard judgment for somebody to make on the first issue, that it feels hollow. Because you don't know.
It's true.
Because there's the whole thing of like how long the character spent on this planet. What happened on that planet? What happened while he was on Earth? What happened when he came back to Earth? So it's a different thing where like whatever it's derived from, it's very flat out. Or like John Carter's stories is written through memoirs that he left his nephew.
But you also kind of just read this in the Star-Lord stuff before when Bendis came over in Guardians of the Galaxy. Same thing where he was raised in a life and then his house got blown up, went to space, came back, and then the spaceship started revisiting them again. So it's not it. I understand the repetition of it. I'm kind of keyed into this point where I'm going to feel like this story is kind of just mailed in. Because there's not a point where I really read a Mark Millar book and was like, wow, what a twist. And he used to be like that.
Yeah.
He was a great, great writer, but Hollywood ruined him.
I still I have faith in Mark Millar. Jupiter's Legacy, number 4 came out this week.
Awesome.
Was it late or was it just?
It was late. They're always been late. It's quietly.
Great book.
Yeah.
I liked it. Especially after the last issue, because I thought for sure it was going to pick up right after. In the last issue where the main hero's family basically betrays him.
Yeah.
He gets murdered by his son.
Yeah. He takes over the country.
And then like eventually the world and
the time jump.
Yeah, so it's like a 20-year time jump about.
No, less. The kid only just grew up.
10 years.
Yeah, like 10 years or so.
10 years.
Like it's now like a dystopian future with like the evil government and the superheroes running the show
who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Which I find fascinating because I feel like I hope there's a strong ending to it because I really wanna. I really like the characters that he created. You know,
I do like these characters.
I
like the origin story with them with the island.
Right, that was like an interdimensional thing. I liked the who's the original hero's best friend who eventually betrays him with his son.
Yeah.
That dude I find fascinating. The son I find fascinating. The daughter,
his brother.
Yeah.
His brother. Yeah.
The daughter. and the daughter's husband who has no powers but has
Cosmic
like
power rod.
Yeah, he's like a cosmic power rod that gives him powers. It's a very interesting book, and I just want it out more. I want it out quickly.
Yeah, which is not gonna happen.
Yeah, I know.
Moon Knight.
Book of the week.
I think, yeah, I'd say so. It was a book I was very much looking forward to. I always I'm supremely invested. I didn't grow up on Moon Knight. I'm supremely invested in all these relaunches of Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I liked the beginning of the David Finch run. It was okay. The last one with Bendis was fantastic.
Yeah.
This Warren Ellis, Declan Shavely is fantastic. So yeah, this guy said is awesome. I love the white suit look of him, and I love the idea that he's located in New York.
Yeah,
in this one, which is weird because they're moving all these other guys to L.A. Daredevil and Punisher over there. The cool thing is that his shrink starts describing that Khonshu had 4 different aspects of his personality, so that Mark Spector doesn't really have multi-personality disorder. It was just the fact that Khonshu just kind of fragmented his brain. Right,
he's trying to deal with the fact that there's a brain in his brain. There's a god in his brain.
And I love the line also where he's like, like I thought you were dead. He's like, I was dead, and then I stood up. It's a great little synopsis of this character.
It's true, yeah. I enjoy this aspect of it because Warren Ellis breaks it down so beautifully about how this is who I am now. This is the other aspect of it. I protect travelers in the night, and that's like a thing that they hammer home.
Khonshu looks awesome too.
He does.
The big bird skeleton
in a suit.
Yeah.
Do I miss the old costume? Nope. I do, but
I think you're gonna get that though.
I know it's gonna come back. I like him with just like the white face mask and the white suit.
Awesome look. Like a Phantom Mask type of thing.
And another cool thing about it is that he's written in a way where everybody still thinks he's crazy, and they're like, he's going to see you coming a mile away, and he's like, that's how I like it.
Yeah, they drive that home in every one of these series, though. They want to see you coming.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see other costumes with him. I think they're going to go more with the 4 aspects, and this is just one of those aspects. The businessman.
I also like how they touched on the Bendis run with him channeling Spidey, Wolverine, and Captain America.
I mean, that was one of the best things that he added to him, that his personalities are now like different superheroes. What else did you particularly like this week?
I think that's pretty much everything I mentioned so far on the show is pretty much all I read.
Well, we were talking about before that we both missed out on Hawkeye last week.
Oh, Hawkeye was phenomenal.
Incredible book.
You think they're dead?
No, I don't think Hawkeye's dead. I think his brother may be dead, which is a shame because I just started liking the guy.
Yeah.
But I think Matt Fraction read about the fact that Hawkeye used to be partially deaf, and I think they're going back that route and having him being partially deaf. He gets 2 broken arrows to the ear and looks dead by the end of the story, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That dog's freaking me out, man.
What else did you read this week that you liked?
I'll tell you right now.
There was a lot of you know what? I didn't get a chance to read Veil. Which
I didn't get it yet. Iron Man was incredible.
Right.
Iron Man has a big little wink to what we want. They debut Arnold Stark in his armor. And he's got the rivets in the whole 9.
I want it.
And he goes like this, I've got 20/20 vision. Because he is Iron Man 20/20. Magneto was fantastic. Really solid book. Wolverine the X-Men relaunch was fantastic. I caught up on Zero. Uncanny X-Men's a very weird book. Captain America was fantastic. Burn the Orphanage is pretty good. But stuff I didn't read too. It was a mixed week. She-Hulk was fantastic this week.
Didn't get that's like next on my pile.
Oh, so good.
A little busy.
But look at all these like weird little books that are like borderline indie style, Marvel books. I think it's a very interesting way to take the company in that direction.
I completely agree with
Blockbuster stuff, and then like the mid-quarters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything is thought about as a movie now. Like you can't see. Can you tell me you can't see Moon Knight as a flick?
Oh hell yeah! Especially what they're doing with like the Netflix deal. How about they're all doing these TV shows? Absolutely, he'd show up on a Daredevil show.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm looking forward to that. And they're shooting them all in New York City too.
Daredevil casting Matthew McConaughey.
Sure. I've always wanted him. He could always play those characters. I wanted him for Jesse Custer back in the day.
Yeah.
There's a digital only Daredevil book out right now. Daredevil Road Warrior. Absolutely incredible book. Because you ever see how the digital books work?
No.
How it's like, it's almost like how looking at animation where they're taking one sheet, putting it on the other, or moving it. The first issue is him finding Man-Bull, in the sewer. And so it's one stack shot of like Mambo looking at him, and then they put the radar over it, and they keep on adding more to the scene of how he's actually seeing it.
Pretty cool.
It is incredibly well done. It's Mark Waid writes it. It's in the canon of what's going on now. Is awesome. Highly recommend it. It's for free on Marvel.
Got to bust into that digital age.
Yeah, man. Henry Cross comic also.
Yeah. Do it.
Give you
I
money.
think we're done.
Give me money.
I think we're done. All right, everybody. This has been another episode of Behind the Counter. We'll catch you next week. I'm Rich.
I'm George St. Geelan.